It finally went down. Diamond DeShields, yes, the same one who bulldozed Caitlin Clark in what many are calling the cheapest shot of the season, just found out the hard way what happens when you mess with the WNBA's golden child. He is no longer in the league because she not only got let go by the Chicago Sky, she has been let go by the New York Liberty as she's crying online about it. She's not just suspended, she's out. Done. The league didn't just bench her. They slammed the door shut, locked it, and threw away the key. No team can pick her up. She's officially blacklisted. From pre-game struts to post-game sobs, Diamond went from fierce competitor to social media cautionary tale. One reckless shoulder check on the most marketable and talented player in the league, and now she's jobless, stuck with her gym bag and nowhere to go, looking like someone who just realized they took a wrong turn off a cliff. Let me know in the comments below if you think Diamond deserves it. Let's go. Let's not sugarcoat this. This is more than just a roster cut. This is a thunderous message from the WNBA's front office. If you come swinging at Caitlin Clark, you're not just risking a foul. You're risking your career. Period. Caitlin Clark gets hit from behind. How bad, egregious it was from Diamond DeShields, and Caitlin Clark jumps up and runs away from Diamond DeShields. But here's what's really got people talking. Why did it take so long? Why did the league wait until the outrage reached boiling point? And who else is sweating bullets, wondering if they're next? We're breaking it all down, from the infamous hit, to the backlash that echoed across the league, to the dramatic fall of a once promising player who chose to take out her frustration on the league's brightest star. The play that ignited this firestorm wasn't a heat-of-the-moment hustle foul. It wasn't a hard but clean contest. It was frustration, pure and simple, and the target was unmistakable: Caitlin Clark. During what should have been a routine game between the Fever and the Sky, with Indiana comfortably ahead, Diamond DeShields made her move. But it wasn't towards the ball. It was towards Clark, with intent, with force, and with no concern for the consequences. She came barreling in, shoulder lowered, locked in like a linebacker. No attempt at a clean contest, no honest defensive stance. She flattened Clark, then had the nerve to act like it was just another play. She reached out a hand in mock sportsmanship, like she hadn't just steamrolled the face of the league. But nobody was fooled. The crowd saw it, the cameras caught it, analysts replayed it. It wasn't offense, it was a statement. And a cheap one at that. Caitlin Clark played against the Chicago Sky, and she got cheap-shotted, and there is a sequence of plays that's crazy. And it leads to Caitlin Clark telling her team is Erica Wheeler that she wanted to fight Diamond DeShields. Social media didn't just react. It erupted. Within minutes, the clip had gone viral. Everyone had an opinion, and most weren't kind. Dirty play. Cheap shot. A new low. Fans, former players, and sports personalities all agreed. This wasn't just reckless, it was targeted. One respected analyst even said, "She's not fooling anyone." That was deliberate. And to many, it wasn't just another foul on Clark. It was the most blatant attack yet. More egregious than the Kennedy Carter hit that set the internet on fire just weeks earlier. She assaulted Caitlin Clark on the court, right before Caitlin Clark came off the court with 3:52 left. And here's what stung fans the most. There was no whistle, no technical, no flagrant, no ejection. The refs acted like they missed it. The league stayed quiet, and Caitlin once again had to dust herself off and keep going. But fans didn't forget. The WNBA's silence didn't slide. The internet did what it does best: amplify. Replays flooded every feed, and the question began echoing louder and louder. If the league won't protect its biggest star, who are they protecting? Eventually, the silence cracked. The WNBA realized that the spotlight on Clark was also a microscope on them. Ignoring this was no longer an option. Behind the scenes, consequences were brewing. DeShields may have avoided immediate penalties, but the fallout was building. Her minutes disappeared. Her role shrank. She was quietly shown the door in Chicago. No press release, no thank you montage. Just gone. Then came the New York Liberty, swooping in with what looked like a lifeline, a new team, a fresh start. But it didn't last. The Liberty waved her just as quickly. Still, fans held out hope when the Connecticut Sun added her late in the preseason. Maybe this would be the shot to salvage her career. But just one day before the season tipped off, DeShields was cut again. This time it felt final. Not a strategic roster move, a door closing, hard, and then came the Instagram post. No bravado, no, they'll regret it energy, just sadness. Real, raw, and revealing. A caption about heartbreak, a blurry selfie, a sense of someone who finally realized that the league had passed judgment. And it wasn't in her favor. Diamond DeShields sat in her car, surrounded by packed bags and a heavy silence. In a video shared online, she looked hollowed out, the kind of heartbreak that doesn't shout. It just quietly settles in. She recounted how she'd driven all the way from Atlanta, excited to seize what she thought was her next big chance with the Connecticut Sun. But just hours before tip-off of opening night, she got the call. Cut. No ceremony, no closure, just a thanks but no thanks. And to add insult to injury, she couldn't even get a rental to drive her stuff back. The team will send 3 to 5 boxes, she said, but I've got way more than that. That's not just luggage. It's the weight of a career that collapsed with the quiet thud of a door closing for good. Many are calling it an unofficial lifetime ban. Discreet, not on paper, but loud and clear in practice. The fall of Diamond DeShields is now the most visible implosion in recent WNBA memory. And fans aren't the only ones raising eyebrows. Players, commentators, insiders, everyone is watching. One broadcaster summed it up with brutal efficiency. They're cleaning house. She's just the latest, and if you've been paying attention, you've seen the pattern. Kennedy Carter, now hooping in Mexico, and now DeShields. Outside. It's not a glitch. It's a cleanse. The WNBA is making a statement, and Diamond just became the poster child. Her once rising star now flickers out, not because she lacked talent, but because of that one moment. A blatant, unapologetic cheap shot on Caitlin Clark. No apologies, no remorse, just attitude. And that one hit now overshadows every stat, every win, every highlight reel. Online, the reactions were predictably savage. As DeShields pleaded for moving help, one commenter quipped, "She gonna cry in the car." Another added, "Play stupid games, win stupid prizes." Sympathy, in short supply. Because this wasn't just about one hit, it was about an attitude, a culture of aggression, and a refusal to evolve. The league had tolerated it, until now. The WNBA drew its line in the sand, and Diamond is now very clearly on the wrong side of it. But her collapse is more than just a single player's demise. It's a crack in the dam, revealing all the resentment and politics boiling underneath the surface for months. Diamond's unraveling didn't start with a foul. It started the day Caitlin Clark stepped into the league and shook it to its core. Because let's be honest, Caitlin didn't just arrive. She exploded onto the scene with record-breaking viewership, sold-out games, and a national spotlight the WNBA had only dreamed of. But that spotlight also revealed the cracks. Suddenly, Caitlin became a lightning rod. Not for what she said, but for what she symbolized. A white phenom from Iowa walking into a mostly black league and immediately becoming the face of it all. That energy? It didn't sit right with everyone. The whispers turned into shade, the shade turned into hard fouls, and eventually it turned into DeShields taking a shoulder straight to Clark's chest. The sad twist. Through it all, the WNBA stayed quiet. Fans begged for protection, analysts raised red flags, social media demanded accountability. But from league officials, silence. Kathy Engelbert, the commissioner, took heat for months, dodging every opportunity to publicly stand up for her league's most valuable player. The silence got so deafening that fans started speculating. And then, there's the elephant in the room. Race. It's not an easy topic, but ignoring it doesn't make it go away. Many of Caitlin's most violent run-ins on the court have been with black players. And when commentators, both black and white, start seeing a pattern, it becomes impossible not to address. Caitlin, the white newcomer, isn't just getting fouled. She's getting booed, hit, snubbed, and all while carrying the league on her back. Some argue this isn't about race. It's about resentment. And honestly, that's valid too. Clark didn't ask to be the WNBA's next big thing. She earned it. But the speed of her rise, the commercials, the interviews, the MVP chatter, it left longtime players in her dust. For some, it wasn't inspiration, it was intrusion. Players like Diamond didn't see Caitlin as a win for the league. They saw her as a threat to the culture they had built brick by brick through years of grind without glory. But what they missed is that Caitlin isn't just a player. She's a movement. And every dirty play, every cryptic tweet, every passive-aggressive interview only made her bigger. She took the hits, she stayed quiet, and the world noticed. So when Diamond's career flatlined, it didn't feel like tragedy. It felt like justice. Like the game finally saying enough is enough. Her exit isn't just a personal defeat, it's a warning shot to the league. This is a turning point. The WNBA is choosing its future over its old grudges. Whether Adam Silver stepped in or it was just a collective decision behind closed doors, one thing is clear. If you come for Caitlin Clark, if you try to drag her down instead of leveling up, you won't make it. When's the last time you didn't see Caitlin Clark talking about a teammate? When's the last time you saw Caitlin Clark talking about herself or any of the accomplishments that she has had? Give me the answer to that. Never. That's why their team's gotten good. She could have been an egomaniac. Everybody in the league knows that she is the league right now. Are you kidding me? Diamond is out. Not just off a team, but out of the system, out of options, and out of excuses. Her story started with promise and ended with a social media meltdown and a pile of unshipped boxes. But don't get it twisted. This wasn't random. This was the game catching up to her. Her hate, her pride, her unwillingness to evolve, it all came crashing down. And now, the WNBA is standing at a crossroads. The Caitlin Clark era is here. The bar is higher. The stakes are real. And the league has a decision to make. Protect the future or keep feeding the drama. Because Caitlin isn't just the present, she's the blueprint. And anyone who can't keep up, they're getting left behind.